Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing? It's the third T20 between Pakistan and South Africa. It's one apiece. Who is going to take this? That's the question that everyone's asking. And going into the fourth T20, who's going to have advantage? Because that's what this is. This is to take the advantage going in to that final and fourth T20. Markram and it is, of course, Markram and Yaman Milan lining up as per usual, as we've seen throughout this series. And it's going to be so interesting to see how both these guys perform. I think Markram has been so good, hasn't he? This series, Markram's been incredible. And now they've actually got strength in Van der Dussen coming back in for Luba. So that's the only change for South Africa, but really important change. He's a fantastic player, Van der Dussen, an all format player. For Pakistan, three changes. You've got Horace Rolfe coming in for Mohammad Hasnain, who didn't have a particularly good match yesterday, or sorry, 2 days ago even. Usman Ghadir has come out, and then has come Asif Ali, and we've also had another change in Fakhar Zaman coming in for Shajil Khan, who didn't have a particularly good second T20, and Fakhar Zaman was injured. Actually had an allergic reaction on his leg. Now Shaheen Afridi running in first ball, or Yorker first ball, in swinging Yorker even. I think that's to Yanaman Lan, and not a bad start for Sheena Free. Very good start, looking to get a wicket pretty early doors, on the money with that Yorker. Very, very good start. So, if anyone that doesn't know as well, this is going to be the first half an hour. Um, so, we're going to see how this goes. I'm going to do the first half an hour, have a short break, and I will be back. I've got a separate stream already set up. So, I'll be covering pretty much all of the rest of the match. After the half an hour, I'll have about a 15-30 minute break, and then I'll be back covering the rest of it. It's not for not very, very good start here from Sheena Afridi. Two in swinging Yorkers to start off with. He's really looking to pick up an early wicket here, and the sun is shining there. It looks beautiful. It looks beautiful in Supersport Park. It really does. And Shaheen Afridi running in, and again goes very full, and Malanka's leg side of the ball there, leg side, and nearly destroys the stumps. Hara says, what are the three changes? So Usman Ghadir is out. In comes Asif Ali at 6 as your power hitter. Not a massive fan of him playing for Pakistan. Let's see how he does, though. Mohammad Hasnain's come out. In has come Horace Rolfe. Again, him and Usman Ghadir were both pretty expensive the last T20, so no surprises there. And in comes Fakhar Zaman for Shajil Khan, because Fakhar Zaman was injured in the second T20. That's why he didn't play. Shajil Khan didn't play very well, did he, in that last one? For South Africa, Van der Dussen's come in for Luba. That's the only change for them. He's a very, very good all-format player. Van der Dussen was injured previously. So Yanman Milan finally gets off the mark. 1 for 0 of 0.4 overs. For anyone that cares as well, by the way, I'm now actually on Twitter as well. It's Quality Shot 1. So at Quality Shot 1, I'll probably have to update my social media at the bottom of this as well, the banner that I've got. So I'll do that at some point today or tomorrow. So going forward in the videos, it's there. But yeah, you can catch me there. 1 for 0, Milan finally getting off the mark. It's actually a no ball. Was that no ball? No, it's not. Oh gosh, I'm gonna say a free hit would have been crazy. Horace says only one spinner. Yeah, only one spinner, and I think the reason why is because, unfortunately, Usman was a little loose in that second one. The first one, he was okay actually. I thought. I They have an issue, I think, with Lin coming in as a left-hander as well. So I personally am a little bit disappointed because he does have wicket-taking ability, and especially if we're going to bowl first, as we have done here. I think if you win the toss, you're going to bowl first. But they were maybe worried that if we were bowling second, that it's not. It's a bit of a risk bringing him on when you don't have too many runs like we did in that second T20. But really have to back yourselves, I would say. Asif Ali, let's see how he does. But we've clearly said, well, we're going to go with that extra bat. We need to make it count. And Fahim Ashraf will be relying on him as well, I guess, because we've got, well, that's 2 off the over. Very, very good first over from Shaheen Afridi. Let me just update it, and then I'll get to the lineup as well and what I think. So So we've got Shaheen Afridi, Horace Rolfe, Fahim Ashraf, Mohamed Nawaz. Who's the fourth one? I've forgotten. So I think we've actually gone with 5 bowlers. Mohamed Hafiz can bowl. I think we might need him to bowl today. I'm surprised we don't use him more often. I know he has had issues with his action in the past, but we're gonna go. Sorry, so Horace Rolfe, Shaheen Afridi, Hassan Ali, Fahim Ashraf, Mohamed Nawaz. You've literally got 5. Realistically, you'll probably might have to get a few overs out of Mohamed Hafiz and Fakhar Zaman. That's what I would. I'd probably get some overs out of Mohamed Hafiz. He's normally quite tight when he bowls, so I don't see why you wouldn't. I would go with him. Mohamed Nawaz is has come on actually, which is interesting. Yanman Milan has. So the one reason why people are saying Yanman Milan isn't in the side, despite his ridiculous record, is because of his deficiency to spin, especially left arm spin and leg spin. So basically, spin turning away from the bat. He played. Oh, he played Mohamed Nawaz quite well in the second T20 even. Didn't actually get out to him. It was to Hassan Ali, I think, in the end with the off cutter. Let's see how he does here. It's interesting because I think a weakness can sometimes misconstrue what a weakness is because yes, it might be a little bit of a gap in their game, but if you really nail at it so often, because as an international cricketer you're playing so much, eventually that ends up becoming a strength because you're practicing it so much. So that could be the case with someone like Yanman Milan. 3 for naught though off 1.2 overs, and Mohamed Nawaz is bowling well here at the start. Pakistan's a very good tight start from the Pakistanis, and the kind of start they would have wanted, to be honest with you. The kind of start they would have wanted. For anyone that cares as well, Bob Razam is now the #1 ODI batsman, just overtaking Virat Kohli in the recent rankings, who was, I think, #1 for 1,200 plus days. Ridiculous. I mean, I think it was 1,200. I think 1,286, I want to say, days. So unbelievable stuff from him. I mean, yeah, it's just ridiculous. I mean, he was #1 for so long. And good to see Bob Razam, though, get the nod ahead and hopefully he can become #1 in test matches. He said after in his speech he wanted to become. He said, "No, it's fantastic. I'll be #1 in T20s and now ODIs, but really for me the pinnacle is becoming #1 in test matches. That's the pinnacle. That's what you want to hear from your captain." Fazan says, "Morning, and why is Horace Rolfe back? Geez, they should give Paul Hasnain more chances and maybe a score higher than 140 to bowl, especially in a ground where the past score is 180 plus." Yeah, I get you. I get you. I think Horace Rolfe, I think realistically, I was surprised that they didn't actually stick with him despite not bowling that well in the second T20. I would have expected them to stick with him. They didn't in the end, which was surprising, I thought. But yeah, I prefer Mohamed Hasnain. I think everyone knows that I'm not the biggest fan of Horace Rolfe, but in the ODIs he performed well. That's a huge shot from Markram, and he's just, oh my days. What the heck? He is just okay. So very slow start from South Africa, but then that last delivery has been dispatched for 6 from Mohamed Nawaz, and it's Markram who just that shot is a shot of someone who is in form. 91 meter 6, absolutely huge from Aidan Markram, and he's just so good to watch. No slogs. These are proper shots, man. It's on drive for 6. Really, really good shot from him. But yeah, I think it was a bit harsh on Mohamed Hasnain, and also on Osman Gardil, because as a leg spinner, you need runs on the board, or you can't be expected to not go for runs as a leg spinner. And he did take some wickets, so I think it's a bit harsh. Definitely, I wasn't too happy with that, if I'm being honest with you. But we'll see. We'll see what happens and how it goes. Fazan says for 40 plus months, Kohli was #1. Yeah, he was. He was #1, and he was unbelievable, wasn't he? He was so good, and it was really good to see him there as well. I'm looking. I mean, I'm just so happy that Bob Razum has been able to usurp him, to be honest with you, which is fantastic to see. And I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing Bob Razum at least have some months at number one, but you never know because you could easily have someone like yeah, you could easily have someone like Cody just take it like that straight away. So let's see. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Let's see. Let's see. Um, Fingers crossed it does happen though. Horace says Barbara at number one. Yeah, Barbara is number one. So let's see how that goes. And I'm hoping that he can consolidate his position there, carry on his good form. He's 12 for naught, 2.2 overs, and Mohamed Nawaz bowled pretty decently despite that six, to be honest with you. And a very, very good start though from Sheena Fiji, who's now coming round the wicket to Ganman Milan. So very interesting. He's changed up his angle, coming wide of the crease, and it's a lot of dot balls here. That's a wide. No, that's not a wide. That's not a wide at all. Um, yeah, interesting. I didn't think that was a wide. Horace says, can Nawaz bat? He can bat. Well, so Ashraf from Cricket for Us 2.0, he's a massive fan of Mohamed Nawaz, and I think domestically he's got quite a good record, and he said that he could bat he could bat in the top six basically for Pakistan, but I haven't seen him bat well at all really for Pakistan. So what a shot from Yanman Malan! That's just he's leant over that. That's a cover drive off Shaheen Afridi, just a little bit too full. It's actually a cutter at 78 miles per hour, and he's punched it through between cover and mid off. So really, really good shot from him, and good to see. Well, good to see from a neutral point of view, from Pakistan point of view, you're thinking we don't want to get into a rhythm, and that's a really good shot from Anwar Milan. Very, very strong shot. Fazan says Milan may struggle against left arm spin. Markram clearly doesn't have that problem, lol. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Markram may struggle against left arm spin. Sorry, Milan does struggle. Oh my god, what a shot! What a shot! Oh my days, what a shot! Yanran Milan has just gone leg side of the ball, and Shaheen Afridi has almost followed him, and he's just opened the face of the bat, and he's just pinged him over extra cover for six. It's another cutter. It's a cutter. It's an off cutter, and he's coming over the wicket this time, going across the right hander. Yanran Milan has absolutely dispatched it, and he hasn't even overhit that. It's just pure timing. What a shot! What a shot! Unbelievable shot. Seriously, that is an absolute beauty. Really is an absolute beauty. Fazan Khan says even Fucker broke into the top 10 as well. Wow. Yeah, he did, didn't he? Number 7, I think it is. So good to see him break into the top 10 there. And fingers crossed, he continues to go well, Fucker's man, because in the ODIs he definitely has a sweet spot. And you made a really good point about Markram not having a problem with spin. He definitely doesn't. Yanman Malan doesn't have a problem with seam, it seems, as well, because that's a really damn good shot. That's a fantastic shot. Um, yeah, really, really good shot there. Right, 23 for naught, 2.5 over. Shaheen Afridi coming round the wicket again. And Yorker length this time, I think this is a pretty big over for South Africa, actually. It was a very, very good over at this stage. They've actually got 11, 12, 13, 14 off it. They're going at eights at the moment. That was a big over, though. After a very good first over from Shaheen Afridi, just some fantastic shots from Yano Milan, and hasn't taken him along at all to get into his rhythm. And I've said live third ODI, third T20, second you are. It's the third. What am I talking about? Hara says, what do you think Pakistan can do differently? They seem to be batting well in every game without really struggling. It's interesting. I think with the ball, we have to be more creative, and I think Shaheen Afridi has been trying to do that, right? He's been trying to be a bit more creative. I think by bowling cutters, etc. But your lines and lengths still need to be very, very good. And I think unfortunately he's bowled a few, a few half volleys, few bit too full. Someone like Milan as well, he likes to access kind of all areas. He's quite difficult to bat to, to bowl to, if I'm being honest with you. Markram as well, because he's so conventional, but he can bat 360 for the most part. Doesn't really play a paddle, I guess, but you don't really bowl to that. So yeah, he's pretty crazy, I think, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I would say that realistically, like Mohamed Nawaz to Milan is not an issue. I think that's a pretty good idea. I would like to see someone like Mohamed Hafiz. I don't know why we don't utilize him. Why would you not utilize him with the ball? He bowls tight, and if he gets called for his action, he gets called for his action. Just take him out of the attack. It's not an issue. But he's been cleared. He's able to bowl. That's what you should do, I think. And we need to mix up the bowlers, I think, a bit more. I think Babar Azam sometimes can be a bit too one-dimensional. So we've gone 2 overs with Shaheen Afridi, 2 now with Nawaz. Maybe you need to mix up a little bit, and maybe sometimes have 1 over each and kind of make it difficult for the batsman to adjust. Because I think sometimes they settle too easily, potentially. But let's see. Oh, that's a good shot. That's a big shot from Yanman Milan. That's 6, I think. Yes, it is. That's a sweep shot for 6 off Mohamed Nawaz. And we said he might have an issue with left arm spin. He didn't have an issue there. That was a fantastic shot from Yanman Milan. And this is what I mean. If you bowl too much to someone's weakness, or you think it's his perceived weakness, they get used to it. It seems like he's got used to it pretty quickly here. Horace says, Ramadan Mubarak. I'm happy it opens earlier than last year. Khair Mubarak, Ramadan Mubarak to you and to everyone as well who is fasting. It's been I fasted yesterday. It was pretty okay actually. I'm gonna inshallah fast all of them as usual. And yesterday's, which was the first, was pretty casual. I was actually a little bit surprised that it was as easy as it was, but yeah, alhamdulillah, all good. And today as well is going pretty well so far. So good stuff. Fazan says good start for 1.5 overs and then 19 runs given over the next 5 balls. Yeah, 100%. That 6 off that last delivery of Mohamed Nawaz set the tone, and now Yanman Milan, as we are talking, hit that 6, that slog sweep, and just nurdled, just tucked that into the leg side for a single. So very good over so far here from South Africa. 9 off it with 2 balls remaining. Horace says Shaheen should use his slow balls more in ODI. More in the ODI World Cup, he used it perfectly. Yeah, I agree. I think he did use it perfectly in the World Cup. He was very good. Utilize your bouncers as well. I mean, this is a bouncy track in South Africa. Surely you've got to be utilizing it. PFLBW, I think I think that's outside the line. But yeah, like surely, if I was them, I'd be saying let's utilize it, right? No, or is it just me? Maybe it's just me, but I would be saying no. You got to utilize it. Guys in the chat as well, thank you very much for joining. Please do remember to like this video. It really, really does help. And of course, remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Let's continue to like the videos and stuff as well, just because it does help the channel grow and get to more people as well. I will be going in around 10 minutes, but I'll be back on a separate stream that I've already set up in half an hour's time after that. So I will be covering pretty much all this game. Hara says that we need plans. Not everyone can look for wickets because then we leak boundaries at beginning and end of the over. Yeah. We do need plans 100%. I think you can't just bowl instinctively, or you need to bowl to a plan and tactics for each batsman. Especially, you should have tactics for each batsman, different fields for each batsman as well, because each player is different. Milan's already 22 or 14, and Markram 10 off 10. So what was a very good start from Pakistan, where it looked like we might potentially pick up a wicket. Shaheen really started off really well with 2 Yorkers actually. That Yanman Milan had to dig out. Since then, it's been really all South Africa, unfortunately, which is a little bit, a little bit disappointing. Har says, have you seen the way Javed Miandad batted this guy? Was sick. Dhoni bats like him too. Yeah, of course I have. Javed Miandad, of course, a legend of Pakistan cricket. Yeah, unbelievable player back in the day. If no one has seen him, go and check out his highlights. Hassan Ali, all inside edge onto the pads. Horace says Mr. Consistent Rizwan is needed. Yeah, yeah, I think he's quite crucial at the top, 100%. Bob Razum as well. But yeah, guys as well, please do remember to like the video. I can see the likes, and there's not enough. Keep liking the video. It really, really does help. Horace says, how big are the boundaries? Do you know they seem small? Um, I'm not sure. Although from what remember in the last few matches, they haven't been huge. I think they've been like 70 odd meters, which is pretty standard for T20. They normally bring in slightly. Oh, hold on, yeah, no, that's Markram. He's punched that down the ground. It's another on drive, one bounce for. That's an 89-mile-per-hour delivery, just slapped over Hassan Ali's head for four. Fazan says, I wouldn't use Hafiz at all until the World Cup. Interesting. Okay. That way, no other team is thinking about him or making plans against him. When you bring him in during the tournament, he can be our X factor. I kind of get what you're saying, but I think he needs some match practice as well. I know he's experienced, but I would say he's not going to be your main threat, right? So I would just give him an over here or there, in a few matches and just see like can he enforce something. That's how I'd use him at the moment in the World Cup. If we think actually, yeah, he can do a job, then you kind of bring him on and maybe use him more. And that's when, as you said, people won't have plans for him then because he's not being a main threat for Pakistan before the World Cup, leading up to it as well. But I agree with you. I think maybe you need to be sparing with the way that you use him as well. Or fantastic shot from Yanwan Malan. It's from Markram, sorry, again. That's back-to-back fours. And he's cut that away. Again, he's made room this time on the offside. So he's got leg side of the ball and he's just cut that away to the boundaries. Timing's like incredible. Yeah, very good footwork, very good shot. Just cut, pass backward point, and just races away to the boundary. What a shot. Hassan Ali actually followed him as well. So unfortunately, just not quite good enough. And Pakistan need to find a way here to. Oh my God, that's a big boy shot. That's a big boy shot. That's six. That's flicked over cow corner for six. That's just pure timing from Markram. And he doesn't slog at all. That's 4-4-6. And he's tearing apart Hassan Ali at the moment. Hassan Ali has bowled him a leg stump half volley. And it's got absolutely dispatched onto the bank. Oh, mate. Crazy. Fazan says, and also if his action gets called out during the tournament, he might be allowed to continue bowling until they can do all those biomechanics tests until after the World Cup. Very good, yeah, that's true. That's actually quite a good point. You'd hope that he wouldn't get done for it. He's had it checked so many times, but well, I don't know. I don't know. Mark on 24 or 14. Oh, that's gonna be four as well. Oh my, this is a really expensive over. Hassani trying to bowl quick, but he's been so loose. So the over ends, and oh my days, there's 18, 19 off that over from Hassan Ali, and it ended with 4-4-6-4. Oh, mate, 52. That's a crazy. That's a crazy over. Hassan Ali has lost his nerve there a little bit, unfortunately, and someone who's he is a bit of X factor for Pakistan at times, and has been recently. That's a very poor over. I'm not sure why Pakistan are not utilising the bouncer more, the shorter ball on a bouncy track or bouncy tracks in South Africa. Why would you not use that? Why would you not use it? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Cricket for Us 2.0. Thank you for joining. Guys in the chat as well, thank you for joining. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really does help. Thank you very much. You're all legends. Usher says, I can't watch the match, but how's it going? Well, it was going very well for the first, I would say, 1.5 overs, as Fazan Khan has said. Yanman Milan hit Mohammad Nawaz for six off the last ball of the second over. And since then, it's been all South Africa. The last over from Hassan Ali just went for 19. Markram hits him for 4-4-6-4. And South Africa 52 for 0 to 5 overs. Yanman Milan and also Markram have found their rhythm and their timing. And the left arm spin, perceived weakness that Yanman Milan hasn't worked in favour of Pakistan today, that's for sure, because Nawaz got dispatched in his second over as well. Markram's 28 off 15 and Yaman Milan 23 off 16. Horace Rolfe is now on just a single off his first delivery. And interesting to see how he does now, because Horace Rolfe is a very, very divisive figure. As I think the subscribers, my subscribers, have said, I'm kind of, yeah, interesting. Across your opponent says, wow, Markram. Oh, what a shot from Markram. Oh my days. He's just pulled Horace Rolfe for six over kind of we're talking about between deep mid wicket and Cal corner. What a shot. Oh my days. Ridiculous. Quick for us your opponent says, wow, Markram, new staple for T20s for South Africa. I don't know. I mean, before I was thinking it's nailed on Yanema Milan and Quinton de Kock. That's a 93 meter six, by the way. But now I'm thinking potentially in ODIs you might have Yanema Milan and Quinton de Kock, but in T20s they might drop Markram in ODIs, but in T20s you'd play him. It's crazy because Yanema Milan's thinking, what do I have to do to get into the side properly? Because in ODIs he's performing well, Markram's not, but Markram's still there. Now Markram's performing well in the T20. Yanema Milan has been performing well, and Markram was just exploding here once again. Ridiculous stuff. What a shot. He says, Quinton de Kock and Markram as opens now. To be honest with you, if Markram, based on this series, it's not a crazy thing to say whatsoever. Of course, Quinton de Kock's in there. Markram, you know what's crazy? Markram is someone who plays all the shots perfectly. Yeah, but it's all conventional, no slogs whatsoever. Not a single slog. These are proper shots. You sort of saw his 50s in the last two matches, proper shots. Not a single slog. This guy is just pure timing, pure power, pure just elegance as well to the way he bats. Yanema Milan is a little bit more that T20-esque player, but Markram is scoring super quickly. That's an edge from Yanema Milan. Goes to cut the ball, outside edge runs down for four, and this is becoming a very expensive over. 12 off it, and two balls remaining. And South Africa just motoring here. 64 for naught of 5.4 overs. Guys in the chat, thank you very much for joining. Please do remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really, really does help. Cricket for us, we want to see selection of Ralph over Hasnain. Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of that, to be honest with you, because I think it's a bit harsh to drop him when we had to defend 140. He didn't bowl amazingly well, fine, but it's harsh. That's better from Horace Rolfe. Dot ball, slight away swing on a very good length on that fist stump line, and it's a dot ball, much needed dot ball. Quick First 2.0 says Markram is so good. He's so good to watch, seriously. When he's in full flow, he's beautiful to watch. And I was saying in my last one of my reviews, I think, and again, it's pretty optimistic and probably will never happen. But the way that he plays is, I would like to think the style that he plays is quite similar to the way I do. So if I can even get to like 1% of his ability, that would be fantastic. I've actually got my first preseason match on Saturday, so we'll see how it goes. Horace says, I don't see where wicket's going to come from. Yeah. I mean, Shaheen Afridi's got slapped over. It's end of the sixth over, and 65 for naught. Guys, I'm going to have to go in a minute. I will be back, though. I will be back. I've set up another stream. I have a quick meeting, which will be 15 to 30 minutes max. And then I'll be back on, and I should be covering the rest of the T20. It says Hafiz needs to bowl. Maybe they won't take risk against him. He may pick up a wicket. True. It says Imal's team should be in the squad at least. Oh, yeah, 100%. I think it's politics, isn't it? Unfortunately, which is the reason why. But yeah, just crazy, just absolutely crazy. Yeah, absolutely crazy stuff that he's not in the squad. Absolutely crazy. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to go. I have a meeting, but I will be back in, as I said, 15 to 30 minutes. I'll set up the stream already. I will be back, so keep an eye out for it. So I'll see you guys in half an hour maximum. and hopefully Pakistan pick up a wicket. So when I come back on, I'm in the best mood. Okay, thank you very much, guys. See you on the next stream. Make sure you remember to like this video. It really does help. Please do, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you very much, and see you on the stream in about half an hour. Speak to you then.